plug here. Next up, my favorite part of this episode,
So hold
the
on.
relegation battle in the English Premier League. Man, this is entertaining.
Before we move
12th
on,
to
then,
20th, man.
before we move on, tell me who you got then for your end of the league standings there at the top.
From 4th, 5th, and 6th, or like top to 6th?
I will just go ahead and go top to 6.
Well, I picked Manchester City to win the title. I'm gonna skip 1st and 2nd because
it's gonna be Arsenal or Man City.
I'm an Arsenal. It's gonna be Arsenal or Manchester City in 1st or 2nd.
Man United.
I'm an
third.
Arsenal fan through and through, and you know how superstitious I am, so I'm not gonna say anything on that matter. Manchester United have a lock on 3rd. I think we can agree on that.
Yep.
I have Newcastle finishing 4th, Brighton 5th, Tottenham 6th, Liverpool 7th.
Okay, so yeah, mine's Newcastle 4th, Tottenham 5th, Liverpool 6th, and then Brighton 7th.
Either way, my top 4, correct. Unfortunately for Liverpool, Targo.
Yeah, I had them finishing top 4.
They're just so inconsistent. I don't even know what team is there 90% of the time. Beat Manchester United 7-0, lose to Bournemouth 1-0. I don't get it.
It's a weird sport, man. Football's a weird sport.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever.
But now we can move on. Let's talk about the bottom of the table in this relegation battle, man.
So we got to cover 12th through 20th. 12th through 20th. Crystal Palace 12th, 27 points. Southampton 20th, 23 points. 4 points separating everybody. It's insane. It's probably the best relegation battle I've seen in my entire lifetime.
I think so, man. I know there was a season where all 3 teams were decided on the
last game of the season.
But it wasn't 9 teams involved. It was like 5 or so.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, we have 3 teams with 10 games left. 4 teams with 11 games left. And then 2 with 12.
So this is going to be a close one, man. I mean, like I said, this thing, my view on this has been changing every week.
It is, especially because they all play each other.
They do.
I'm pretty sure the only team that doesn't play everybody is it Everton? It's Everton. So everybody else plays each other. So this is a wild card moment, and these are going to be wild card picks because this could go anyway. Especially with all the coaching changes and everything. I don't know what's going to happen.
We picked to go down. Honestly, all 3 of them could change.
Well, let's go over their schedules then, yeah?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's start with Crystal Palace. They're 27 points, 10 games left. They played Leicester City April 1st. Then they play at Leeds, at Southampton, versus Everton at home, and at Wolves, and then versus West Ham. By then, we will know if they're going to finish last place or not.
Yeah.
Hands down. Because after that, they play Spurs, and then Bournemouth at home, then at Fulham, and then Forest. So they literally play every team below them for the rest of the season. Which doesn't make any sense to me why they fired Patrick Vieira.
They definitely have the easiest run in for the end of the season.
They have the easiest run of games in the whole Premier League. So, foreshadowing maybe? I think that they're going to stay up.
Mean, it kind of is. I have them staying right where they're at in 12th place.
I do too. I have them getting 12 points out of their remaining 10 games.
See, I think they can honestly get like 15.
Probably, but how inconsistent they've been. I had 3 draws in there, so 3 draws, 3 wins out of 10 games.
I just want them to get a win, man. They're on a terrible run right now.
I know. They haven't won in 2023. So, Lord help us with our picks, because I hope that they get the amount of points that we expect, because that means they get some wins in there.
Yeah.
All right, we got Wolves 13th on 27 points as well, below Crystal Palace on goal differential. Also 10 games left. They have at Nottingham Forest, then Chelsea and Brentford at home, then at Leicester City, at home against Palace, away at Brighton, home against Villa, Manchester United away, Everton at home, and then finish the season out at, hopefully by then,
Crown champions Arsenal.
thank you for saying it. I'm not going to say it.
All right.
So,
Honestly,
go
I
ahead.
think Wolves are fine. I think they'll stay right where they're at, also in 13th place.
I'll be honest with you. I have them getting 4 points.
That's it, really.
4 points. Yep.
Who against who? So I'm guessing what, a win and a draw?
3 draws. 4 draws.
3 draws.
Sorry. 4 draws.
4 draws. You don't think they can beat Forest?
At Forest? No. They can, yes. Do I think it will happen? Not after an international break. Probably not. I have them drawing Leicester, Palace, and Everton after that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they beat Brentford or Villa.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I might be being harsh on them.
I think you're being very harsh. I have them getting at least 12 points.
Either way, I have them dropping down 1 spot. We'll see who gets above them. All right, Leeds, 14th, 26 points, 11 games left. They go to Arsenal this weekend. Then they have Forest, Palace, and Liverpool at home. Then they play at Craven Cottage for Fulham. Play Leicester City at home, at Bournemouth, at Manchester City, at home versus Newcastle, at West Ham, and then play Spurs the last day of the season.
I think they have a tough run in. I think they'll be right above that drop zone, man. I do have them staying up, but I think they'll be right above it. Just
wait till you hear my point totals. I'm excited. I have them getting 4 points as well.
I think I have them getting like, let me look at that, 7. I think they can beat Forest. I think they can beat Leicester and Bournemouth.
I have them beating Forest and drawing Bournemouth and not winning anything else.
I think they can get a win against Forest and Bournemouth and then maybe a draw somewhere in there.
Okay. I have them finishing on 30 points.
Okay.
Next up, Everton, with arguably the hardest run-in. 10 games left, 26 points, 15th place. They play at home to Spurs this weekend, at Manchester United, Fulham at home, away at Palace, home versus Newcastle, away to Leicester City and Brighton, home versus Manchester City, and then away at Wolves, and last but not least, at home versus Bournemouth.
I have Everton getting 7 points out of those.
7. Okay.
I think at home they're gonna give Spurs, Fulham, and Newcastle. I think they'll get some draws out of those games.
I have them getting 2 draws. Not necessarily all
3 of them.
2 draws, 2 points.
That's it, really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I think they can beat Bournemouth.
I might be discounting them a little bit, but I think they get 2 points the way they've been playing.
Not at home, man. At home they've been playing good.
And they play Bournemouth, Man City, Newcastle, Fulham, and Spurs at home. I don't think they necessarily win anything but maybe Bournemouth at home.
I think
last game of the season. But at that point, who knows if it means anything? Probably will.
I think they'll beat Bournemouth, and like I said, I expect them to get maybe another win and a draw somewhere in there.
Okay.
At Leicester, maybe. Again, beat Fulham, draw Spurs, something like that.
All right.
So I have them being safe as well.
Next up, we have Nottingham Forest. 16th.
Which I know I've been crapping on Everton, saying they're going to go down. I think I've been saying that since like December.
Yes, you have.
But I got them staying up, so you Evertonians, man.
I will just say one thing. In December, I had Bournemouth going down. You said I was crazy.
I thought so, man. The run of form they were in.
Just say. Next up, we have Nottingham Forest. 16th, 26 points, 11 games left. They play Wolves at home this weekend. Then they're at Leeds, at Aston Villa, at home versus United, Manchester that is. Away to Liverpool, at home versus Brighton, away against Brentford, at home to Southampton, away to Chelsea, at home to Arsenal, and then away to Palace.
How many points do you think they'll get?
3.
I have 4.
I think they'll beat Southampton. That's
Southampton, and then maybe a draw in there against one of those teams.
I don't see it, but
so you think then? Who was it? Leeds. So you don't think Leeds will beat Forest then, since you only have Nottingham Forest getting 3 points?
Maybe I made that wrong. It might be 4. I think I have Leeds and them tying. So I have Leeds at 4 points. No.
Either way.
I have Leeds beating Nottingham Forest.
Either way, I do have Nottingham Forest going down.
Okay.
I think they'll finish in 18th place.
I'm going to save mine just because tension.
Okay.
Surprise. Okay. Leicester City, 17th place, 25 points, 11 games left. I would really hate to see them go down. I really
me
would.
Too.
Them and the next team. They play at Crystal Palace this weekend, then they play Villa and Bournemouth at home, then away at Manchester City, Wolves at home, Leeds away, Everton at home, Fulham away, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, and then West Ham last game of the season.
Honestly, I think Leicester, you watch, they're going to get 10 points out of those games.
Okay. I have them getting 6.
I think they'll surprise one of those teams in there. Maybe a Newcastle or a Fulham.
I have them beating Bournemouth and I believe Everton.
I think they could beat Villa.
I don't think my math checks, but
I think they could also beat West Ham or get a draw with West Ham.
Either way, I find them safe.
I think they're safe.
Speaking of West Ham, they're 18th, 24 points, 12 games left, plus the UEFA European Conference League, which they are somehow the only English team to be undefeated in Europe this season. Fun fact. Okay, so they play Southampton at home this weekend for pivotal points in this race. And then Newcastle at home, away to Fulham, away to Ghent in Belgium, and then at home to Arsenal, at home to Ghent, at Bournemouth, at home versus Liverpool, at Crystal Palace, at home versus Manchester United, at Brentford, home versus Leeds, and end the season at Leicester City at King Power Stadium.
I have them getting 10 points from those games.
I have 9, so pretty close. Yeah. Not including their Conference League games.
Yeah, obviously not including that.
Yeah. But I just want to put those in there to show how many games they have versus everybody else.
But I think they will be safe as well.
I agree. And I hope and pray that them and Leicester City are safe by the end of the season, because it would be a sheer travesty to have 3 teams of giant quality, including Everton, to go down in one season.
Yeah, it would.
All right, let's make it down to 19th. We got Bournemouth, 24 points, 11 games left. They play Fulham this weekend, then play Brighton at home, away to Leicester City, away to Spurs, home at West Ham, home to Southampton, away to Leeds, home versus Chelsea, away against Palace, home versus Manchester United, and away against Everton.
Max, I see them maybe getting somewhere between 4 and 6 points.
I have them at 4.
Yeah.
4 points. Yeah. I agree, though. 4 to 6 max in this, especially the way they've been playing.
Unless they beat, who knows? They beat Liverpool. Watch them go in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. With predicting Liverpool is going to make top 5, that's even more of a shock than Bournemouth being safe, in my opinion.
No.
Last up, Southampton, 20th, 23 points, 10 games left. Big uphill battle for them. Yeah. They're away at West Ham this weekend. Then they play City at home, Palace at home, away against Arsenal, at home against Bournemouth, away to Newcastle, away at Forest, at home against Fulham, and then away at Brighton, and at home to Liverpool. I think they're doomed. 100% stuck to the bottom of the table.
I think, again, at most, they'll get 7. Realistically, they'll probably get 4.
I have them with 0.
0?
0.
You don't think they'll get any points?
Nope. Maybe 1.
You don't think they could beat Bournemouth?
Nope.
Or Forest?
Nope.
They
could.
Spurs.
They could. It's a Premier League this season. Anybody can beat anybody.
Realistically, though, you think they'll really get 0 points?
No. I just have them down at 0. I think it's more realistic they get 1 to 3. Maybe 3 draws. I don't know. But it's a Premier League this season. Anybody can beat anybody. Who knows?
I think they'll at least get 4, a max of 7.
I still think they're bottom of the table. No matter how many points they get. Well,
I agree.
I guess
it's just
no matter, but
honestly, being this that on the 23 points versus to get out of the safety, they have to be on 25.
Not only that, but the 3 teams above them all have more games left than they do.
Yeah,
that's a tough road to come back from.
All right, so give me your final prediction. Who's gonna get relegated in the Premier League?
Let me do some math here. I got Palace staying where they're at. I have Palace staying where they're at.
Yep.
And then below them, I have West Ham.
Wow, really?
In 13th place, followed by Wolves. In 14th, 15th, Leicester City. 16th, Leeds United. 17th, Nottingham Forest. 18th, Bournemouth. 19th, Everton. 20th, Southampton.
All right. So Bournemouth, Everton, Southampton going down for you.
Yep.
You're switching to that Everton side, huh?
I am. I'm not going to lie. I've seen them play this season. I've looked at their schedule. I don't see any hope for them.
I hate it.
I hate it. I want them to be safe. I want them to survive.
They
just don't see it. I don't see it.
Beating Chelsea or beating Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
Getting a draw against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see it, dude. They're staying up. Sean Dice has got them finally scoring at least 1 or 2 goals a game.
I hope you're right. I do.
I will be. Don't worry.
I'm right about top 4. I hope you're right about the bottom 3. How about that?
Okay. So for me, I have Crystal Palace staying where they're at. I got Wolves staying where they're at. Next, I got Leicester. And then I have Leeds, West Ham, Everton, and then the bottom 3, I have Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Southampton.
I don't think you're far off there, but I'm glad we agree Bournemouth and Southampton are doomed. Oh, man.
Again, we could be completely wrong. I mean...
Again, they all play each other. They do.
Yeah.
Except for Everton. So, it could go any way. But we could be completely shocked. And Leicester City, Everton, and West Ham could all go down. I don't know. Leeds United could go down. Who knows? We could have Americans playing in the championship more than in the Premier League next year. Who knows? Either way, let us know what you think. Insert plug here.
Yes, Facebook group. We'll have to post something on the Facebook group.
Yeah. But we did just post something. Who made you fall in love with football? Let us know. We did. Enter the conversation. The current number 1 is R9, El Fenomeno, Ronaldo.
He's the one who made me fall in love. Imagine that.
All right.
You got my vote.
You got my vote too. But it's not about us, and we've had plenty of comments. He seems to be the number 1. Surprisingly, we got some votes for Roberto Carlos, which I don't blame people. Yeah. I really don't. George Best, Maradona, Pele, all of the above. I haven't heard any, besides George Best, any Manchester United players, funny enough.